Good morning, Bill Hodis with you again today from the Ramsey County Extension Office on this beautiful Friday day. You know, as we go through the season, we always have some questions. If you remember listening to the Monday show, I'm going to do very similar something today because they're still very fitting for the time of year and what we do. The men, again, are not meant to humiliate anybody. They're just to bring up good points. And that's one thing that really does frustrate me is very often I'll go out and I'll visit with people and they got some really good questions to ask, but they're afraid to ask them, especially if it was something that was on the radio or if there's a group of people, for fear that they might feel not so competent in what they're doing. And I'm telling you, if you got a question, the 100% chance there's many others out there just like you that want to ask that same question but are afraid to. So please, if you got something you wanted to know or inquire about, please don't hesitate to give us a call, 662-7027, and we can help you get through that time of question that you may have. I'm sorry. So today we're going to talk about one of the things that comes up and is always kind of funny to me. I get asked to come out and look at lots of different things, gardens, yards, trees, crops growing, pastures growing. I get asked all kinds of questions, and that's what makes my particular profession quite fun. You get to see something different all the time. Well, this one time I had a young lady up in Kern County call and want me to come and look at her trees. They weren't doing very well. So I told her I'd drive up there. At that time they did not have an agent, so when that happens, us surrounding agents try to help out the best we can. So we get to this lady's place and she shows the trees to me and we talk a little bit and I say, well, this is what we have. It was an apple tree where the leaves are falling off and they were distorted in color and whatnot, and I told her she had apple scab and she said, no, that's not it. And I said the coloration and all of the leaves and everything that was going on very much indicated apple scab. Nope, that's not it, she said. So I turned around and I started walking to the vehicle and I said, and she says, so where are you going? And I said, I'm going to leave because you know that what's going on. So you really didn't just wanted reinforcement to help you suggest that you had it figured out what was the matter with that tree. And then she invited me back and we talked, and when I showed her more pictures and stuff, then the agreement came that it was apple scab on those trees. So again, I'm not there to make fun of people, but when we go into these situations, we have to know all the facts before we can make a determination of what to diagnose or what the prognosis is of whatever we're looking at. So I just thought that was kind of funny, though, that's not it. And I turned around and walked away. They wanted me to come back and do my thing. The other thing that's really cool, when I go to your yard, whatever, field, whatever, we get talking, and the next thing I know, I get involved with I call it a life history. And I get to know more about your trees, more about your yards, even sometimes more about family, which is not my business, but get to know the history of this field that has soybeans on it, or whatever the case may be. And you'd be surprised how fun and interesting and learning that can be to me and to the people that we're talking to. Example of that was they had a tree in their yard that was having some issues, and it was definitely progressing to the worst side than to the best side. And through the conversation of when they bought their home and how they landscaped it and where they put their sewer system and all, we soon diagnosed through that conversation that tree was planted on a sewer line. And it was actually the drain field of that sewer line. And for that reason, it was getting way too much nutrients and way too much salt coming up through that soil profile for that tree. And again, if we wouldn't have had that conversation, we'd have never figured that out. That's always a really fun part of my job, is oftentimes we do need to become a detective and try to decipher just exactly what the real problem is for that specific area. So just those things again, I love going through, talking about life and things in the yard. And I had a young lady last year out west of town. I got more learned information from her about her yard, how they take care of it, what each tree is, how do they take care of each tree. And it's fun to see that, and they're so excited to share that kind of stuff with you. Again, we may know a fair bit, but there's never a day goes by when we don't learn something on our side too. So thank you for asking all those questions. And next week we'll get back on to the regular track, talking about garden things, flower beds, and different kinds that's going on. So again, thank you to Leading Edge, Landscapes Unlimited, Mark's Greenhouse, and Monster Lawn Hydro Seeding for their help in keeping these radio sessions strong and alive. Thanks, and have a great week. Again, 662-7027. Oh, by the way, and if you want to email me, bill.hodous, HODOUS, @ndsu.edu. Thanks, and have a great week.